Welcome to today's tropical weather update. In here last news, we've marked three areas of potential development. Those aren't necessarily marked by the National Hurricane Center, and they're not too likely, but I do still want to mark those areas. The first one being a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa. We've given that a 10% chance of development. The reason being is because there's lots of Saharan dry air, which is really going to prevent the system from developing. So it's more close to zero. We've also given here an area of scattered thunderstorm, a 20% chance of forming as it moves kind of north west. Also not likely to form, but that is there. And then there's some models also showing some development possible near Georgia, Florida, the Bahamas. So we've given this area a 10% chance. So we have three areas to watch for potential development. Now, again, don't take this for a grain of salt because the National Hurricane Center um, has not made that official, but we are giving those areas for potential development. Um, Now, right here, as you can see, that's the tropical wave right here that we're marking coming off the coast of Africa. So that's that, and then that's the area of scattered thunderstorm. Um, about here, that we're giving that other chance of development, and that's or a tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa. So those are the two really main areas we're looking at the moment. Will any of them become Dolly at this point? I don't know. The most likely, if I was to say one of them would become Dolly, the most likely would be this one as it moves um, into that Caribbean and potentially in the Gulf of Mexico. That one's very unlikely because, again, lots of dry air throughout the coast of Africa. So that's not very likely at this point. All right, so we're now in tropical tidbits. Not much going on. We do have Nuri, which is pretty much all dead at this point. It's almost dead at least. And otherwise, we don't have too much. In terms of satellite imagery, let me show you those two areas that we're currently talking about. So let's just go to now. That's right here. That's our tropical wave that I was talking about right here. So it's probably a little bit too much south to really become anything. But that is the tropical wave that just came off the coast of Africa. So that's what we're giving a around 10% chance of forming. It was looking a lot better earlier today. And then our second area, that's this kind of scattered thunderstorm that's going to be moving into the Yucatan and maybe potentially even in the Gulf of Mexico or around here, depending. But this is really what we're looking at. Those are the two potential areas we're giving for development, and then maybe that potential area also that could come up. But we're just gonna have to see if that does end up happening or not. It's just gonna have to depend. In terms of the force models at the moment, looking at North Atlantic with this, not too much going on. Um, Again, we're looking that tropical wave right here, and then this area of scattered showers. Those are both throwing on the GFS. The GFS has also completely rendered out, but just to be fair, GFS doesn't show any of those two systems develop. That's the area up here, like 20% chance. This kind of broad area, either this or this, that's going to be coming in that general area. But that's this kind of thing. But look, see, lots of tropical waves are going to be coming off the coast of Africa, but none that are expected to develop into anything in the next, in the next long time at this point. Um, None of them are really expected to become anything. Um, Even if we go back a little bit here, you see, like, nothing really forms out at this point. Um, So we're just gonna have to see if anything does end up forming or not. But right now, it really does not look like anything will form. But we are seeing potential two systems in the Pacific could definitely form. We're looking at that possibility of systems. But again, we keep seeing those little low pressure systems popping up in this area, which is why we're only giving that area a 20% chance. But what I'm most surprised about is this 956 hurricane. That's a major hurricane right there. So we're gonna have to see if that does end up becoming that strong. I think that could be like, I think 956 like a cat 4, maybe cat 3. But that's pretty interesting to say the least. Models don't show that much otherwise. CMC, it's not showing anything either. If we do go to 6 hours, I think it shows. Yeah, it doesn't show too much either. No formations really expected at this point. We're gonna look at the European model really quick, which isn't really showing nothing either. Very calm. So see, again, we do have that low pressure system up here. So that's pretty interesting. But we just got nothing going on at the moment. We're gonna have to pay attention though to that tropical wave that could come off the coast of Africa up here. That could definitely become something. It's generally in the right area. But see, it does show like lots of tropical waves just coming off the coast of Africa. So we're gonna have to see again another area right here. But it really doesn't show any much of development with this at all at this point. So we're gonna have to see if anything does end up forming. Again, look, those high winds right here, or right here. That's the same tropical wave that right here that's moving into. So I think that could be the most likely case for some potential development at this point. But not much at all happening otherwise. The 3.4 continues to rise again, so it's really staying in that neutral. I finally found the word. It was only a La Nina for a while. It's now staying in that neutral area. We'll see if it does end up becoming a La Nina. Otherwise, the La Nina might go into the 2021 hurricane season. But at that point, it is neutral. So that's just how it is right now. But that's pretty much it for today's update. Not much. By the way, while we're at it, do subscribe to my second YouTube channel, Lasty Gaming. Do subscribe to that YouTube channel. That'll help out a humongous much. We're almost to 250 subscribers, so go subscribe. We're posting content on there and stuff like that. So go subscribe to that YouTube channel and subscribe to Lasty News.